On winds and waters may you cross, see mountains mighty blue, but on your road let's not forget the love I have for you. Dance on beaches, in and forests, sleep in moonlit fields of you.
I need to find the way to Morgoth's Scar. There's a good chance we can pick up the Ghoul's trail of that ransacked caravan we passed earlier by the ravine. How does the Queen know of your past?
Ancient knowledge lays unseen by all but spirits. She can see into both worlds.
And perhaps she will lead us to what we seek. So many dead Uruks. I must thank the ghouls before I slaughter them.
Ghouls are scavengers. They take all, but leave one thing behind.
I must locate the ghouls' tracks. There's our trail.
How will we lead mobs and scouts to the ambush? Like what? What goes to help like a man? None of you sound like filthy men. You got a slave. It's crime to bring him close. Trip him! I got ya! Hold still! Rush him! Nine! You flame! Kill this glob. This hollow bleeds with death.
And this must be Morgoth's scar. In the belly of the beast, stealth is my best weapon. Staying high will keep you out of sight. Ghouls fear fire as much as light. Those flames might prove useful if we are overwhelmed. The ghouls know we are here. I can feel them rumble beneath my feet. My best move is to remain unseen. Staying high will keep you out of sight. Ghouls fear fire as much as light. Those flames might prove useful if we are overwhelmed.
Nani here, Gelar Mordor.
Another attack, and this cave will become my tomb. ghouls know we are here. The feeling lingering beneath their feet. In the belly of the beast, stealth is my best weapon. Staying high will keep me out of sight. Ghouls fear fire as much as light. Those flames might prove useful if we are overwhelmed. Another attack, and this cave will become my treasure room. Your heirloom must be here.
Made by the Dark Lord, so... I'm still covered in my family's blood.
We are betrayed. Its power blazes like a beacon, and will bring ruin to all Middle-earth.
Gondor! What is that creature?
They will keep coming, till only our bones remain.
danger has not.
We must escape this darkness. Those fires will stop them. The entrance is nigh, and so is our end if we don't reach it in time.
Pity to end your military career inside the belly of a ghoul, eh? I'm Torvin, the Beast Hunter. And I bet 10 pints you just nabbed the treasure I was after.
Now, I am grateful for the assistance, but it does not grant you proprietary rights.
Keep it! I just found something a lot more valuable.
And what would that be?
My new hunting partner!
What you hunt does not interest me, Master Dwarf.
Even if it leads you to the chisel that belongs with that hammer. Every creature's got its lure. Yours just happens to be very old. Well, if the thrill of the hunt takes your fancy, the camp's not far.
Find the dwarf. What of your vision, Celebrant?
I used all that he had taught me and forged the three in secret. Water, air, and fire.
He lost his brother.
Hunter and hunted. Death takes them all.
You understand? He was so hungry. Is it a crime to try and kill him?
These tribesmen are desperate. They will do anything to resist the Uruks.
I fear Lithariel will never surrender. Her honor will doom them all.
We've got a killer left in the range.
Thank you.
Good.
Is there nothing these Uruk will not desecrate?
For them, beauty exists only to be destroyed.
Came across some strange tracks. Not that again. Thank you whatever it was, no more. We'll have action soon enough.
Mordor takes Eldar shape.
knows how to lead Uruk.
There were a dozen more of us and we fled the camp. Please, can you go back and save the others? Freedom!
Anything got up high, we could have killed so many wolves and split him wide open. Then I could drink in a day. You won't be taking a light of torch near me, or...
Wealth will not save Gondor. Uruk do not care for trinkets.
Sauron will use gold to buy allies among the kingdoms of men.
There he is!
This Torvin does not seem to know his limitations.
He is not one to wait for his fate to come to him. He rushes to meet.
I wanted fresh slave meat. These beasts will have to do.
spiders are crawling out of the walls. They have an evil look.
The children of Ungoliant. They devour light in their endless hunger.
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 3:43 a.m.
Alexa. Alexa.
Here's Christopher's flash briefing.
Thank goodness.
In BBC News from TuneIn. BBC News. The manager of an Iranian television network, Saeed Karimian, and a business partner have been shot dead in the Turkish city of Istanbul. They were driving when masked gunmen opened fire on their vehicle. Mr. Karimian's network, Gem TV, dubs foreign and Western shows into Persian and broadcasts them into Iran. Donald Trump has marked the 100th day of his presidency with a speech in Pennsylvania, attacking the media and defending his own record. He said he was thrilled to be with his supporters rather than at the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner, one of Washington's biggest social events. Pope Francis has called for international mediation to ease tensions between the US and North Korea. He said the situation was overheating and criticized the United Nations for failing to assert diplomatic leadership. A flotilla of Chinese naval vessels has arrived in the Philippines for the first time in 7 years, as Manila continues its efforts to improve ties with China. The visit comes just a day after a meeting of Southeast Asian nations hosted by the Philippines, in which criticism of Beijing's activities in the South China Sea was downplayed. The former Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi is seeking re-election today as head of the centre-left Democratic Party. Internal polls suggest Mr. Renzi will beat his two rivals, despite the crushing defeat in a referendum on constitutional reform that caused him to resign as Prime Minister in December. Members of a family in the American Midwest have been describing the moment they found out at short notice that the Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg was coming for dinner. The Moore family of Newton Falls said he had only 20-minute warning of the identity of their mystery guest on Friday. Mr. Zuckerberg is on a tour of all 50 American states, amid speculation he may seek political office. BBC News. In NPR News from TuneIn.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Giles Snyder. President Trump marked his 100th day in office with a rally in Pennsylvania last night. In Harrisburg, he defended his administration and dismissed news media coverage as dishonest, saying he chose to stay away from the annual White House Correspondents Association dinner. Earlier, the president signed an executive order, and NPR's Scott Horsley reports it calls for a review of all U.S. trade agreements.
Trump has often criticized trade agreements like NAFTA as one-sided, saying they benefit other countries that trade with the U.S. at the expense of American workers. Trump decided last week not to withdraw from NAFTA, but rather to try to renegotiate the deal. He's ordered Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross to take a closer look at all of America's trade agreements.
We are not going to let other countries take advantage of us anymore, because from now on, it's going to be America first.
The administration has also called for an investigation of rising steel and aluminum imports, and it's ordered new tariffs on imported lumber from Canada. Scott Horsley, NPR News, Washington.
While the president was in Pennsylvania, demonstrators marched through the streets of Washington, D.C., protesting the Trump administration's environmental policies. NPR's Windsor Johnston was there.
Marchers rallied in front of the White House, calling on the Trump administration to implement stricter environmental protections and proposing plans to roll back policies designed to curb carbon emissions. Climate activist May Booby says the nation has the ability to use green energy.
The alternatives are ready, and I think that is what the oil and coal industry are afraid of, because they actually see the writing on the wall. The price of solar has dropped dramatically. Many cities and states have adopted really aggressive policies to move off of fossil fuels.
The People's Climate March is the culmination of a series of Earth Week protests that began with last Saturday's March for Science. Windsor Johnston, NPR News, Washington.
Louisiana state regulators have closed a New Orleans-based bank set up after Hurricane Katrina to help rebuilding efforts. But Eileen Fleming of member station WWNO reports that no customers will lose their money.
First NBC had been considered a success story in post-Katrina recovery, but it struggled with accounting issues, including tax credits that delayed financial reports. Now the state has handed the bank over to the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, which will begin mailing out $1.4 billion in checks on Monday to depositors holding CDs, IRAs, and brokered deposits. First NBC is now part of Whitney Bank branches in Louisiana and under Hancock Bank in the Florida Panhandle. The FDIC says First NBC is the fourth and largest American bank to close this year. For NPR News, I'm Eileen Fleming in New Orleans.
And you're listening to NPR News. The East Texas city of Canton is dealing with the aftermath of last night's powerful storms. Several tornadoes are believed to have touched down. Officials say there are a number of fatalities. Dozens of people were taken to hospitals. The weather has prompted the governors of Missouri and Oklahoma to declare states of emergency due to flooding. Heavy rainfall in the Midwest is expected to continue today. The commercial company SpaceX is poised to launch a Falcon 9 rocket from the Kennedy Space Center today. Lyndon Byrne reports from member station WMFE that not much is known about the top-secret payload on board.
SpaceX is launching a classified satellite for the National Reconnaissance Office, an agency inside the Department of Defense that provides aerial images for intelligence agencies. The launch marks SpaceX's first national security mission. Previously, its competitor, United Launch Alliance, handled classified launches for the Air Force. SpaceX received the certification to launch classified satellites back in 2015 after the Air Force put launches up for competitive bidding. The private space company will attempt to set the first-stage rocket booster back down at a landing site along Florida's Space Coast. Residents near the landing site are likely to hear a sonic boom as the more than 150-foot-tall booster touches down. For NPR News, I'm Brendan Byrne in Orlando.
The British boxer Anthony Joshua has unified the IBF and WBA heavyweight titles in London last night. Joshua stopped Vladimir Klitschko in the 11th round before tens of thousands at Wembley Stadium. Joshua was the super heavyweight champion at the 2012 Olympics. He remains unbeaten in his professional career. This is NPR News.
Oh shit,
In weather. In Colorado Springs, there's a freeze warning in effect until Sunday, April 30th. 9 a.m. The current weather is 30 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather with a high of 50 degrees and a low of 33 degrees. That's all from your flash briefing.